Heat forward Kevin Love preaching to his team before the game, we need to stay in the saddle, stay the course. Of course, it's easy to say that when you're playing someone other than a guy who doesn't come off the first 30, 20, and 10 game in NBA Finals history. Nikola Jokic was a factor again in this one. First player in the history of the league to score 500 points, grab 250 rebounds, and 150 assists in one postseason. Miami, though, would hang around. But bam! A Bam Jam. Where would the Heat have been without the play of Bam Adebayo in this one? Look at that throwdown. Cut the lead to 4 just before the half. Adebayo had 12 in the first 24 minutes. Miami down 55-51 at the break. But early third, Jokic would start bullying Bam. Wasn't spectacular in this one by his standards anyway. He was 8 of 19 from the field, but he still did do serious damage. Jokic goes for 23 and 12. No triple-double in this one, but his 17th double-double this postseason. And yet Miami was still hanging around. Duncan Robinson the steal, lays it up and in. Michael Malone, none too happy about this one. He's going to call timeout and give his team a piece of his mind.
Take a breath and calm down. We're playing like we're down 10. We're up 8. I just settle down. We're up 8. Close the quarter.
That's the calm of a coach and a son of a coach. And boy, Denver would heed that advice. What a feed Jokic to Gordon. You account for Jokic and Murray.
When Gordon steps up.
He was unbelievable in this game. A career playoff high, 27 points. Denver led 86-73 after 3. Interesting storyline early fourth, 10-point game. Jokic battling for position. A little bit too much of Bam, and that's an offensive foul. 5th foul of the game, so a golden opportunity for the Heat to get back in this game. Jokic goes to the bench with 5. Thing is, the rest of the Nuggets role players would step up. Jimmy Butler, bucket and 1. Cuts the lead to 4. But Denver, too strong. The steal by Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Gordon the other way. In transition, the finish by Bruce Brown, who played his college ball at the University of Miami. Denver led by 11. Next possession, Brown and 1. Denver back in front by 11. 9-point game, 2 minutes to go. Brown all the way. He goes for 21, 11 coming in the fourth quarter, 23 and 12 for Jokic. Denver on the road in game 4 comes away with the 108-95 win. They head back to Denver, the commanding 3-1 series lead. Nikola Jokic now on being 1 win away from a title.
It's still 1 win, we need to win 1 more. I like that we didn't relax. We didn't get comfortable. We are still desperate. We still want it. And that's what makes me happy, that the guys didn't relax.
We're just ready to win a championship. We have the tools to do it. It's been on our minds for a while, so we're just locked in. I don't think you got to overthink it. We're just dialed in, ready to win.
Yeah, just understand that we haven't done anything. I told our guys the first thing I said, we're not celebrating. It's a good win. We've done our job, but we're not celebrating like we've done anything yet. We know we're going to have to go home and turn off the TV, the radio. Don't read the papers. Don't listen to everybody telling you how great you are, because we haven't done a damn thing yet. We have to win another game to be world champions.
No doubt. We don't have any of that. We don't have no quit. We're going to continually fight starting tomorrow to get better. And then we're going to go on to Monday and do what we said we were going to do this entire time and win. We have to. We have no other choice. Otherwise, we did all this for no reason. So the guys know, we know, we got something to do.
All we're going to focus on is getting this thing back to the 305. Get this thing back to Miami. And things can shift very quickly. It's going to be a gnarly game in Denver that's built for the competitors that we have in our locker room. And by the time we get on that plane, all we're thinking about is get this thing back to Miami.
Where Denver actually took games 3 and 4. And, of course, in order for the Heat to bring it back to Miami, they've got to slow down that Nuggets offense. Jokic and Murray, the third duo in NBA history to have at least 500 points and 100 assists in one postseason, joining LeBron and D. Wade in 2012 and Giannis and Chris Middleton.
Players in points, assists, and scoring for a full postseason. He's also becoming one of the all-time greats. And our own Jay Will thinks he's Ali. He could be the greatest.
I'm going to go with the one player that I think, frankly, before it's all said and done, he will be the best center to ever play the game of basketball. There you go. I've said it. It's Nikola Jokic.
I mean, and then you go, why drop that on First Take? You're supposed to drop that here.
I'm on 9 different shows. I don't know what you want from me, BC. I'm trying to be everywhere.
He also wears a tie on First Take, right?
See?
You know, it gets nice and clean.
I've been up since 3 a.m. This is more casual.
Okay. So, Jay Will.
That's hour 13. This is hour 2. Okay, Alan?
So you're saying Jokic over Bill Russell, Wilt, Kareem,
don't forget
Shaq.
that. Right. Yep.
Explain it. Explain.
I think he will be the most offensively skilled big, the best there is, before it's all said and done. I firmly believe that. You tell me all the numbers are going to start to skew in that direction. If he doesn't get injured, which he's been a person that continues to work and show up, right, due to lack of injuries, the numbers are going to speak for themselves. He's the only player in NBA history to lead the NBA postseason in points, rebounds, and assists. And I don't see his game slowing down anytime soon because he's such an elite passer. It makes him such a unique weapon. Like, I'm not saying that his game is going to be as dominant as Shaq, dominating you in the block. I'm not saying he's going to win as many championships as, Bill Russell. I'm not saying that he's going to have the most unstoppable shot in the game of basketball history like Kareem. But the entire package, look where the numbers are skewing. It will end up that way.
But when Shaq had that three-peat, he was putting up the same numbers as Jokic. I mean, he was putting up 30 and 14. Now, didn't have the assists, but
that's what I'm saying.
He had the points, he had the rebound, and he had the blocks.
And what was I'm not saying that Jokic was the greatest defender. Once again, I'm saying offensive skill set, what he has to the table.
All right,
Think
so
about the one thing.
You're qualifying what you said there.
Yes.
Because what you said in the clip will end up being the greatest center of all time. That's all inclusive now, right? Okay. Now you're saying offensive center, and that.
Well, originally that's what I said in the show,
that
that was the second part of the segment that obviously got clipped off, and then that turned into now he's the best. I originally stated that he would be the best offensively skilled center the game of basketball has ever really seen.
I can't believe we misquoted Jay Will.
And then there was another segment after that where I said yes, he will be the best, and then that's what it turned into.
Well, look. If you go by just...
You know how you got here. That's what happens.
That's why we brought you in.
Yeah. This was the setup. I came in, I said, what
everybody should know. Jay asked us, what are we talking about? And we just said, you'll find out.
Yeah, find out. So I guess my question, Monica, I see you sipping that tea. Is Jay Will McNuts?
BC, Jay, I don't think that you're McNuts. I think that people got to understand that this is a projection, a forecast, right? Because I can already tell my boy Alan Hahn is ready to get on you and say that he disagrees. But when you look at the totality and the way that he impacts the game, this era of basketball, which I know we could sit and argue endlessly about errors and who did what during what course of time, those are 3 major categories, y'all. And clearly, the ability to stop him is something that shouldn't be taken for granted because every team in the league has had to figure out how, and not many have been able to come up with the way to do it consistently. So I think Jay's on to something.
Wendy, gotta get your perspective on this. What do you think?
Okay, Eminem, I see you. We on the same.
Well, the combination of scoring efficiency and passing, I mean, that's the thing. We've seen centers who essentially can't be stopped. Shaq in his prime was untouchable. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Bill Russell was maybe the greatest defensive player of all time. But when you look at the ability of the offensive talent with that passing, that is the potential for a type of player we've never seen before. And the reason I'm going to sit here and say, you can't say that now, but I'm not going to dismiss what Jay Will is saying, is that I don't see age affecting Jokic. I don't think his game will age. I think it will be there for a long time. And that's going to be the key on whenever you talk about legacy, you're talking about standing the test of time. This is his first finals. He's won 2 finals games. I'm not giving him anything, but I could see a way that Jokic has becomes a rock and is back here year after year because of his body size and the way he plays is not physically, if he can't jump or if he can't run fast as he slows down as he ages, it's not going to affect that incredible skill.
He can't jump or run fast now. That's what he's doing.
No, I'm glad Wendy. I was going to follow up Wendy and say, tell us why. Right. Tell us why you think this can last. Because again, he doesn't have that athleticism that can break down, and then it takes away from his game. Jay, number one in NBA history in player efficiency rating, PER, which is really how you rate a great player. Number one is the all-time great, Michael Jordan. You know who number two is?
Who? Green?
Nikola Jokic.
Whoa.
He's already climbed to number two, ahead of LeBron James. So that makes a case for you in where he's trending, right? Where he's already. See, I put a lot into player efficiency rating because that really does tell the whole story about what kind of player and what kind of impact you have on the game and how you play the game. But let's also look at what you have to look at going forward. And I agree with Wendy, which is, again, why you can make the case. And the key phrase in what you said, the key word is could. He could. But he's got to get there, of course. And it starts with one championship. By the age of 28, Kareem already won one championship. But over 30 is where he won the rest of them. So that's the other thing. He's 28 years old, Jokic is. So the durability factor, all-time greats, all of them, all the legends, durability is one of their best assets. They play, it's 10-plus years, all of them. And so Jokic is now at 5. Because 5 years as an all-star, 5-time all-NBA, now he's in his first finals. So it starts here, but it's where it goes from here, and of course the team around him that is going to tell this story, not just what he's doing individually.
See, I just want to redefine something because I think it changes the conversation, right? Okay. When we say he's not athletic, what are we talking about? Are we only comparing him to like the sky athletics of Michael Jordan or like Zach LaVine?
No, you're talking centers. You're only talking centers now.
Just let me redefine it for you. Is hand-eye quickness considered part of being athletic?
Absolutely.
Is footwork or angles of attacking the basket being part of defining